Today's video is about why the Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Thanksgiving. For the most part, in the 50s, 60s, and early 70s, whenever they mentioned Thanksgiving, it would be things such as come before Jehovah with thanksgiving, as in giving thanks, not the holiday itself. They do make vague statements concerning Thanksgiving as far back as 1960, as you can see in this watchtower. Such holidays as Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, Valentine's Day, and Easter have their roots in paganism, but they really don't go into detail about the issues with Thanksgiving. Here's another example, the 1964 Watchtower. In addition, Christendom has added many seasonal celebrations as a burden upon their peoples that are nowhere authorized in the scriptures. There are Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, Lent, and Easter, to name just a few. So once again, they throw in Thanksgiving with the other holidays, but they don't explain in detail why Thanksgiving is bad. So this article right here is the first one where they really start explaining what makes Thanksgiving so bad. As we read here, historians note that harvest festivals were among the oldest known holidays. Eventually, this holiday was observed annually in the New England area. However, it was not until 1789 that the first National Thanksgiving Day was proclaimed by George Washington. And they tell you that the present reality is that today a growing cry is heard against Thanksgiving Day practices. Many feel that current attitudes and customs make it a mockery to call it a day of thanks. And then they ask this question, a Bible holiday? So this is just to put emphasis on the fact that this is a bad thing. As we saw earlier, they would always say that Thanksgiving had its pagan roots, but they never explained what those were. For example, Easter, back in 1957, they said, it becomes apparent then that Easter is a pagan name and that the event is associated with a pagan goddess of spring. Halloween, the Watchtower, 1956. Halloween has its origin in demonism, in the religious teaching that the dead are not dead but are more alive than ever. We see here when they're speaking about Christmas back in 1952, there's a statement, the unchristian Christmas. Jehovah's Witnesses, Christmas, not observed by them. Do you wonder why, when nearly all other professing Christians make so much ado over Christmas, Jehovah's Witnesses deliberately ignore it? So my question is, why is it that it wasn't until 1976 that the Watchtower began giving details why Thanksgiving was bad?